Hey, welcome to your carrier update brought to you by PowerFleet. I'm Michael Vincent. He's not.
Good morning.
He's Donnie Gilbert. How are you, my friend?
I am not Michael Vincent. You got me choked up there a little bit on a little bit of a laugh. So, Mike, yesterday we talked about reefer. We did a kind of a reefer update yesterday.
Okay, good.
So today we're going to kind of jump in, look at what's going on in the dry van sector. So I've got here brought up here dry van outbound tender rejection rates, and I've got that's on the blue line.
Yeah.
And I've got that compared to the green line, which is dry van outbound tender volumes. So we're looking at the green line here first up on top because it's the highest. And here volumes they've come down a little bit, but they've been kind of in between that, 10.8 and 11.2 area up and down.
Yeah,
so
not
today
a huge drop off in demand, right?
No, so demand for trucks is still high. Now, we see that here even since March, this whole big decline. Of course, in February, we had the big boost from the snowstorm.
Yeah, no, right,
so,
the great Texas freeze out.
Yeah, and so we've been kind of coming down a little bit. The trend is through March coming down, but here lately after the 4th of July, we've kind of trended down here. And part of that is because of our contracted rates coming back into play. Part of it is kind of the downward trend, but we see it bouncing back up here the last couple of days. It looks a little bit big, but this is only about a percentage point. But it did stop at least the downward flow. So
yeah, maybe we've hit a floor. We'll have to see, right?
Yeah,
if we've hit kind of a floor.
Yeah, we're in that time period after the 4th of July, August, September. Those are some tough months. And of course, rejection rates are still 22% though.
They're still extremely high, and it's not like they returned to normal with volumes remaining this elevated.
Yeah.
And like you said, it's the contract rates went up, which means less rejections and more compliance in the routing guides, right? And changes in distance too. The length of haul is better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's shorter hauls that get rejected less.
Yeah,
right?
and carriers need to be patient. They don't need to be dropping their rates yet.
Right.
I see a lot of arguing on social media where they're saying, hey, who's dropping their rates or who's doing this, who's accepting, because they're getting nervous a little bit.
Yeah.
Hold firm on your rates.
They do it to themselves all the time, though.
Yep, and this is the time that they do it. Let's hop in here and see where the actual changes are occurring.
Let's see it.
So we see a lot here through the southeast here, a lot of red popping up.
First of all, what are we looking at here?
We're looking at dry van tender rejection rates, the 1 week change.
So 1 week change. Gotcha.
Today versus this time last week.
So red is, okay.
Red is bad, rejection rates going down, and blue's coming up. We see some blue here through the Midwest. Here the Mountain Prairie, which is, very small, very remote markets. Salt Lake City picking up a little bit. That's going to be one to keep an eye on, Salt Lake City.
Yeah, right.
Yep, we're going to be having some produce and stuff coming out of Idaho here in about another month. And it's hard to get trucks up into Idaho because the inbound volumes are very low. So you're probably shooting for Salt Lake City than deadheading your truck up. That'd be a lot of reefer though. Yeah. But you see Southern California still strong. So we see some improvements, but they're not any really big markets. Your Atlanta, your Chicago is either holding even or going down. Allentown, Harrisburg, Dallas, the major cities, LAX and Ontario, they're holding their own, maybe up just a hair. So pretty much we see a lot of red and just a little bit of blue, which explains why things are so low, and it kind of explains that trend that we're in right now. And it's a trend that we see over the years.
Yeah, and if you watch this, I mean, if we could compare this to what Zach and I were looking at last week, right? Blue or reds here, right? Or reds here, blues here, blues up and down here. Now it reverses, right?
Yep.
It's like you can see the freight flowing.
Yep,
right?
and it's just the ups
Going
and the
back.
downs.
Yep.
If we pop in here and say, hey, what's the hottest regions? Yeah, I like this map. It's a little
great map. Yeah, haven't used this one in a while.
So we're looking at the head haul index, and I'm comparing it to the dry van tender rejection rates, the current. So where is capacity the tightest? Where are rejection rates the highest?
This is specifically dry van.
Yeah, specifically dry van.
Gotcha.
So here, this big blue area here on the West Coast you see over here, that's actually just Southern California. Southern California, Ontario, LAX
it carries that whole region, right?
It's so overbooked right now, it's carrying that entire region. So don't be confused about the big blue on the end. That's Southern California.
Gotcha.
Now, the other one that's overbooked is the Midwest. So this is probably an area.
Very deep blue, too.
Yeah, that you want to probably run your trucks in. This is one of the tightest regions you want to keep your trucks in here. The rest of the Northeast, the Southeast, Southwest, these are all underbooked. So their capacity is a little bit loose in these areas. Now, rejection rate wise, the Southeast in terms of the region, the Southeast has the highest rejection rates at around 26%. 24% in the Southwest, and about 23%. So, really Midwest, Southeast, these are still areas that they're very strong areas.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, even though it's looser here, there's still a ton of freight here.
Yep.
But I love the fact that you're using underbooked and overbooked, because that's a great term for people that are out there to understand exactly what we're talking about here and going on there. Excellent stuff, Donnie.